Los Angeles Times.
Congress okays more coronavirus relief. $500 billion package focuses on smaller businesses hurt by the pandemic, with funding for a national testing plan, overworked hospitals. State is paying triple for N95 masks. California has little legal protection as it navigates an opaque global market rife with fraud, price gouging. From hunkering to hankering. LA's big test. A heatwave driving stir-crazy residents to beach. More nursing home cases expected as testing widens. A museum devotee takes solace in the art of the everyday. Virus becomes county's top killer.
USA Today.
Jobless toll tops 26 million. Expected 16.4% rate would be highest since Great Depression. More than 26 million Americans filed for unemployment benefits over the past 5 weeks, a record-breaking number revealing the devastating toll the coronavirus pandemic has taken on the economy. New round of rescue aid passed by House. $484 billion bill aimed at small businesses. The House approved a nearly $500 billion emergency bill Thursday that provides more funds for struggling hospitals and will rescue a small business loan program that was quickly depleted by companies impacted by the coronavirus pandemic. Hunger to reopen hasn't shaken fear of unknown. Over the coming days, life in some states will start returning to a version of normal. In South Carolina, the governor announced that many stores and flea markets will reopen. In Florida, beaches can welcome sun worshippers. In Minnesota, golf courses, marinas and shooting ranges are getting primed for sports enthusiasts. Some officials may feel we're ready to rebound from the coronavirus crisis, but many citizens aren't so sure.
Chicago Sun-Times.
May at home order. Shutdown will extend at least another month, but Pritzker loosens some restrictions. Gov. J.B. Pritzker. We are in possibly the most difficult part of this journey. But this is the part where we have to dig in, and we have to understand that the sacrifices that we've made as a state to avoid a worst-case scenario are working. A mother mourns the COVID-19 death of her daughter with Down syndrome. Area dance studio hopes for virus loan help, but there are 100,000 ahead in line. City dance studio wants small business PPP loan. 100,000 are ahead in line. Housing market braces for the full impact of pandemic. Stuck on pause, realtors brace for virus's full impact.
The Wall Street Journal.
Jobless claims swell by 4.4 million. Labor market's historic drop comes as pace of U.S. layoffs eases, but business activity falls. About 4.4 million people in the U.S. sought unemployment benefits last week as the coronavirus pandemic continued to hurt the labor market, though the rapid pace of layoffs appeared to be easing. U.S. urges public companies to repay SBA loans. The Treasury Department asked publicly traded companies to repay loans they received from a federal program intended to aid small businesses as public scrutiny of the coronavirus rescue intensifies. Meat shortage fears rise as plants close. U.S. grocers are struggling to secure meat, looking for new suppliers and selling different cuts as the coronavirus pandemic cuts into domestic production and raises fears of shortages. China medical goods market is Wild West. Urgent late-night inspections at Chinese mask factories. Hurried million-dollar wire transfers to secure ventilator deals. Middlemen lurking outside a Shanghai factory offering masks of unknown provenance. Amazon tapped sellers' data to launch competing products. Employees consulted sales information to create private label goods. Zoom fatigue comes to isolated people with packed social diaries. Far from having nothing to do during the lockdown, the opposite is happening. When governments told citizens to adopt a hermit lifestyle in March, Jess Cripps made a lockdown bucket list. Finally, I can sit down and learn to crochet, the 30-year-old library assistant from North Wales recalls thinking. And she planned to pickle onions.
Chicago Tribune.
Order extended. Stay-at-home rule to stay in place until May 30. Some businesses, state parks allowed to reopen. Recipe for disaster. But sharing trains with essential staff heightens concern. Extension chills hopes. Warm weather firms now must prep for worst. Poll shows few trust what Trump's saying about virus. Republicans remain in his corner, but still doubt his credibility. President Donald Trump has made himself the daily spokesman for the nation's coronavirus response. Yet few Americans regularly look to or trust Trump as a source of information on the pandemic, according to a new survey from the Associated Press NORC Center for Public Affairs Research. GAO faults Fed's lax look at school seclusion data. Failure to analyze info puts kids at risk. This story is a collaboration between the Tribune and ProPublica Illinois.
New York Post.
Maximum risk. 94% in hosp with COVID had pre-existing conditions. 64% of state deaths were over age of 70. Cuomo has blood on his hands. There's no way to sugarcoat this. Exec at facility forced to take in COVID patients, yet nursing homes were least protected. Here's the beef. Giants, Jets both take O-linemen. There will be a couple of big new kids on the block in New York next season as the Giants, unable to make a deal, took Georgia's Andrew Thomas with the 4th pick, and the Jets went with Louisville's Mekhi Becton at number 11, as both franchises look to protect their young QBs for years to come. The guard dog.
Los Angeles Times.
States drowning beneath a deluge of job loss claims. Delays in paying benefits add hardships that could hamper a recovery. Dying in hotels after New York treat isolation. New York City seen HAVING 1 in 5 infected. No rallies and no golf, just the TV to rankle him. Feeling alone, president's dues over image. Secretive panel guides policy as deaths pile up in Britain. Government criticizes Ed for lockdown delay. Activists described a case, which involves charges of crimes against humanity, as a first step toward justice. Germany tries Syrian officers an 18th birthday nightmare.